Grab your apron. Today we're making protein granola. This recipe is vegan, oil-free, nut-free, and it's packed with 130 grams, give or take, details to come, of plant-based protein. You're gonna love this one and you're gonna love the taste. It's not gonna taste like protein powder. How? Watch and see. Okay, we're starting with the dry ingredients, and while you're getting your granola made, preheat your oven to 300 degrees and line a baking sheet with some parchment paper. So we have our rolled oats, of course. I subbed in a little quick oats today. And then the spices, we've got some cinnamon and cardamom. It really shines in this recipe. Now, the reason this recipe doesn't taste like icky protein powder is because I'm using pure pumpkin protein. It tastes really clean and pure, and it doesn't have any of the additives or sweeteners or anything in there that you go, oh, this is protein powder. It really just tastes like ground pumpkin seeds. So that's the one you want to go with. You want a pumpkin protein powder. It doesn't have to be this brand. I'm not affiliated with this brand, but that's what makes the magic of this recipe. So get it mixed, and then we're adding our wet ingredients. Now, we have a combination here of, I'm making this recipe nut-free, so I'm using hemp seed butter, but you could use almond butter. Different nut butters have different protein levels or quantities, so just look at your labels, because almond butter is a little higher than cashew. Something like peanut butter is higher than almond butter, I believe, but pumpkin protein is really high. So pumpkin seed butter can be used, or hemp seed butter is what I'm using here. And then we're going to mix this together and get it going. You want to scrape out all of the good sticky stuff. So I'm using brown rice syrup in here, and people often ask if they can sub all maple syrup. So I have also the maple syrup, an adjustment of, we can use between 1/4 cup to 1/3 cup. Kind of depends on your mixture, what you're using. If you want to use quick oats versus rolled oats, if you're using a little more pumpkin seed protein. So I kind of give an adjustment of measurement. Start with 1/4 cup and add more as you go. It looks like it won't come together, but it does. And as I was saying, with the brown rice syrup, it's very sticky. So if you don't use brown rice syrup or don't want to use it for any reason, you want something that has the same consistency, nice and thick. It's very thick like that. You can find coconut nectars, which are nice and thick, have a similar consistency. And coconut nectar does not have any fat. So people who are concerned about coconut for the fat content, it's just the sweetener. It doesn't have the fat content, so you can look for that. See, it's coming together now, and then you can get in there with your fingers if you want, bring it together. Honestly, it works way better than a spatula, but I'm going to work with the spatula here on camera. Good, see, now it's all come together, and we're going to transfer this to the baking sheet. Okay, so this goes into the oven for about 20-25 minutes, and mix it around once at least while it's baking, and then let it sit in the oven without the heat on for another few minutes. And you can stir in any dried fruit if you want at that time, and you're pretty much ready to go. So we're going to get this to bake and then show you the final granola. Okay, it is ready. Look at this gorgeous protein granola. Now, when you're baking it, you do want to stir it maybe once so that the edges don't get too browned, but don't over mix it. And then when you take it out of the oven, let it sit, let it be, because then it will cool into these gorgeous clusters. You add the dried fruit just a few minutes before finishing baking so it doesn't get too browned, and it's ready. These clusters are gorgeous, delicious. You can just eat them as is or serve with a plant-based milk. And don't skip the cardamom in this granola, it's super tasty. So in my recipe, I give some tips on how to make it even higher protein content if you want. This is already pretty high protein, but the tip is in my recipe, so you can link through to get it. Make yourself this nut-free, oil-free, vegan, delicious protein granola.